12 signs you're still carrying the weight of your emotionally absent childhood. Childhood shapes who we become as adults, and when emotional needs go unmet, the effects can linger far beyond those early years. If you grew up with emotionally distant or unavailable caregivers, you may find yourself struggling in ways you don't fully understand. These struggles often show up in relationships, self-perception, and emotional resilience. Here are 12 signs that your emotionally absent childhood is still affecting you today, and what you can do about it. 1. You have little to no connection with your parents or caregivers. Children crave emotional security from their parents. When that connection is missing, it can create a deep sense of detachment that carries into adulthood. You may feel distant from your parents, even if they're physically present. Conversations with them might feel surface level, lacking warmth and depth. Some people even cut ties entirely, not because they want to, but because the emotional gap feels impossible to bridge. 2. You are fiercely self-sufficient. If your emotional needs were ignored as a child, you likely learned early on that you couldn't rely on others. This can make you hyper-independent, resisting help even when you need it. You might struggle with delegating tasks, asking for support, or trusting that others will show up for you. While independence is often seen as a strength, in this case, it can stem from fear rather than confidence. 3. You experience abandonment anxiety. An emotionally absent childhood can leave you feeling like love is fragile and temporary. This fear of abandonment can show up in relationships as clinginess, jealousy, or constant worry that people will leave you. You may find yourself overanalyzing text messages, seeking reassurance, or staying in toxic relationships simply to avoid being alone. 4. You have an extensive collection of material possessions. Some people fill emotional voids with physical things. If you grew up feeling emotionally neglected, you may compensate by surrounding yourself with material possessions. This isn't just about loving nice things. It's about finding comfort in what is tangible when emotional security was absent. Buying things can create a temporary sense of fulfillment, but it never truly replaces the emotional connection you lacked as a child. 5. You experience rejection aversion. Even minor rejections can feel like major emotional wounds. Whether it's not getting a reply to a text, being left out of plans, or facing criticism at work, rejection can feel deeply personal. You might go out of your way to avoid situations where rejection is possible, holding yourself back from relationships, opportunities, and risks that could actually benefit you. 6. You are hypersensitive to criticism. Criticism, even when constructive, might feel like an attack. You may react defensively, overthink negative feedback, or struggle with feelings of inadequacy after someone points out a flaw. This hypersensitivity often stems from childhood environments where love and approval felt conditional, where mistakes weren't met with guidance, but with disapproval or withdrawal. 7. You strive for recognition through achievement. Many people who lacked emotional validation in childhood seek it through external success. You might chase achievements, awards, or high-status roles, believing that recognition will fill the emotional void. While accomplishment can bring a sense of pride, if your self-worth is entirely tied to what you achieve, you may feel empty when the applause fades. 8. You are hesitant to trust those who say they love you. If love felt unreliable in childhood, you may have trouble believing it as an adult. When someone expresses love or affection, you might second-guess their sincerity, waiting for them to withdraw or betray you. This hesitation can create distance in relationships, even when the other person is genuinely trustworthy. 9. You experience discomfort expressing your emotions. Growing up in an emotionally absent household often means emotions were not openly discussed or validated. As a result, expressing feelings as an adult can feel foreign, awkward, or even unsafe. You might struggle to put emotions into words, bottle them up until they explode, or dismiss your own feelings as unimportant. 10. You are conflict avoidant. Conflict may feel terrifying if disagreements in your childhood home led to emotional shutdowns, silent treatments, or hostility. You might avoid confrontation at all costs, even when it's necessary for healthy relationships. Instead of addressing issues, you might withdraw, suppress your feelings, or comply with others just to keep the peace. 11. You may have body image issues. A lack of emotional validation in childhood can contribute to body image struggles. If you didn't receive affirmation or were criticized about your appearance, you might develop a distorted self-image. You may seek external validation through appearance, struggle with self-acceptance, or engage in unhealthy behaviors to control how you look. 12. You're unlikely to ask for help when you need it. Perhaps the most significant sign of an emotionally absent childhood is the belief that you must handle everything alone. You may see asking for help as a weakness, fearing judgment or rejection. This can lead to burnout, emotional exhaustion, and unnecessary struggles, simply because you don't believe others will be there for you. Breaking free from the past. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward healing. If you relate to several of these signs, know that you are not alone. The effects of an emotionally absent childhood can be deep, but they are not permanent. With self-awareness, therapy, and intentional work, you can build healthier relationships, trust others, and learn to express your emotions without fear. Healing takes time, but you are worth it. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.